As an online community manager, I interface with many people suffering from the influence of online trolls and cyberbullies and generally difficult people. As I tend to give these people the same advice over and over, I'd like to share it with the world at large, so perhaps we can all live slightly easier lives. So what's the first rule with dealing with these people online? Don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule, do not talk about Fight Club. Third rule, don't feed the trolls. In other words, do not engage. I don't care if you are yelling back at them or trying to set the record straight or trying to explain how things really are. No. Every single time you interact with someone who's being difficult online, you're just fueling the fire. You're making that person seem like someone worth heeding. You're giving them more energy for them to just bite back with something else. It's a really, really bad idea. If you have the self-control and maturity to do this, completely ignore them. They will find someone else to bother and the dust shall settle and you'll be fine. Trust me on this. Many people feel that their online reputations are at stake when someone starts saying untrue things about them and spreading rumors. Well, the worst thing you can do about rumors that people are spreading about yourself is freak out about them, because that kind of confirms them. I mean, if someone online started to spread this rumor that I like to kill and eat raw puppies, and then suddenly I'd be like, whoa, everyone listen, I just want you to know that I don't kill and eat raw puppies, wouldn't you kind of think, like, she's lying? Of course you would. So just, again, don't engage. Of course, we don't live in a perfect world, not everyone has amazing self-control, and sometimes we are actually forced to respond to things that trolls and cyberbullies and generally difficult people say. So how do you properly engage with these people? Well, you have to kill them with kindness. You have to always take the high road. So if someone has really negative opinions about something you've done online, say, thank you so much for sharing your opinion. I really appreciate that. That's a valid viewpoint. Or do whatever it takes to make yourself just acknowledge what they've said and say that they've been acknowledged and just let it pass. If you are unable to type things that you don't believe in, if you are unable to be polite to these people, the little trick there is to, as you type the right thing to say the thing that you want to say. So as you're typing, thank you for your valid opinion, you can really be saying, I'm going to eat your face with my teeth. Okay, well, I'm not really good at incendiary insults, but you get the picture. Finally, we have to acknowledge that it takes two to tango in these kinds of situations. If you are subject to cyberbullying, or if there's a troll who's just messing with you, or if someone's just being mean and difficult and rude to you online, maybe you've done something to start that little spark, and maybe you should just own up to it and move on. Sometimes people have a lot of trouble with people complaining about them or saying mean things about them online because those mean things are true. Maybe they really did screw up. I've done that all the time. The best way to get past these situations is to acknowledge the fact that you've screwed up. To be like, yes, I did something really stupid. You're right, I'm sorry. I have learned my lesson. Sometimes it's hard to admit that you've done something wrong, but admitting so still makes you the better person. It still puts you on the high road, because unlike someone who's calling you out like a 5-year-old, you are the person who has learned from a mistake and is willing to own up to it. Now, it may be a radical thought to suggest that trolls or bullies or rude people might have a point, but sometimes it's just the case. At any rate, those are my best practices when it comes to dealing with difficult people online. Don't engage. If you must engage, be incredibly polite and always the more mature person. And sometimes you just need to own up to having screwed up or caused a miscommunication that led to the whole conflict. Of course, if none of those things work out for you, you know the obvious next step is to hire an assassin. But that much was obvious. Now, I hope you found my sage advice to be both useful and delicious, because sage is tasty.